What is a topic sentence? So you're on the part of the grid where you're going to look a little bit more at topic sentences. We talked about this when we were doing our best part of me paragraph, how we can grab somebody's attention by starting out our paragraph. And it's a sentence that kind of explains what the whole paragraph is about. And so we're going to be looking at adding topic sentences to each of our paragraphs for our essay that we're going to be writing. A topic sentence. It's usually the first sentence in a paragraph or a piece of writing. The sentence tells what the paragraph or the piece of writing is about. So let's look at this example. Everyone should wear a life jacket when they are on a boat. Life jackets have been proven to save lives. No one can predict when an accident might happen. There may not be enough time to put on a life jacket, but if you are already wearing it, it may save your life. What is the topic of this paragraph? Did you decide on the first sentence, everyone should wear a life jacket when they are on a boat? Now let's look at the rest of the sentences that follow, and I want to see if they will support what this sentence says. Life jackets have been proven to save lives. Does that support why someone should wear a life jacket on a boat? Yeah. No one can predict when an accident might happen. Does that support why someone should wear a life jacket when they're on a boat? Yep. There may not be enough time to put on a life jacket, but if you are already wearing it, it may save your life. And does that sentence support why someone would want to wear a life jacket while on a boat? They do. Each of those sentences support the topic sentence. The topic sentence you'll hear also called a thesis statement. It introduces what the paragraph or the essay will be about. You'll hear the sentence or hear the words thesis statement a little bit more as you move on in school, and it typically refers to what a whole piece is about. So you might write a thesis statement that lets us know what your entire patriotism essay will be about, and then each paragraph will have a topic sentence to introduce what the 5 paragraphs will be about. We've talked about starting out a sentence or a writing piece with a hook. Can you think of a good way to start a sentence or a paragraph? A way that would grab your reader's attention? Do you remember when we were looking at hooks when we were writing our paragraphs about us, our favorite part of me? We talked about how a topic sentence grabs your attention with a hook and it makes the reader want to continue reading. So here are some hooks that you could use in your patriotism essay. You can start out your paragraph with a question. Have you ever wondered what patriotism looks like to a 6th grader? You could start out with a feeling or an emotion. Imagine waiting your whole life to experience freedom. You could start out your paragraph with a quote. John F. Kennedy once said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And we'll have a lesson that is specific to using quotes in your writing. And we'll talk about how to use the quotation marks, how to use a comma before quotation marks, or putting the period inside the quotation marks. We'll talk about that. Start out with a complaint. Why do we have so many rules? Use repetition. Choose a word to begin each paragraph, like patriotism or freedom. One of the examples you'll see did use the word patriotism at the beginning of each paragraph. Or start out with a description. The United States began by people deciding that freedom meant more than living under the rule of a king. Describe what you're saying in your sentence. Okay, time to practice. Can students show their patriotism in school? I would say yes. If you were to walk past a classroom at the beginning of the day, chances are you might hear students reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Holding your hand over your heart as you speak the words is just one way students can show their patriotism at school. Do you have a different way to start this paragraph out? Let's try this one. This one comes from one of the essays that you read. It's that Hutchinson essay, What Patriotism Means to Me. He was the one that was starting out every paragraph with this word. He used repetition at the beginning of his paragraphs. Patriotism means never losing faith in our country. You know that the ideals that our country is founded on hold true and you stand by them. You don't just give up because something isn't going the way that you think it should go. You trust our country to get back on the right path when it has strayed off. Now, even though this writer started each paragraph in his essay with the word patriotism, can you think of another way you could hook us with this paragraph? And that's what you're going to be working on when we get to the rough draft writing of your essay, is that you're going to be looking for a way to hook us with each of your paragraphs.